Dear Father, thank you for today, and thank you so much for your grace and your kindness and your mercy. Thank you for all of your provisions for friends and for family. And Father, I ask that you would allow me to be grateful for every couple pips that we make today, and pray for wisdom and discernment, for good discipline as we go and execute trades in the market. In the name of Yeshua, amen. So today we've got core PPI monthly in half an hour. And then on the euro, we've got President Lagarde speaking. That's in 2 hours. And then another 2 hours from then at 12 noon my time, we've got Governor Bailey. Governor Bailey is speaking on the pound. So definitely some things to watch out for later. And that core PPI will play in heavily to our session. Okay, starting balance for today is $9,061.87. Okay, so we'll just do a top-down breakdown of the euro dollar. Yesterday we had a big gap from over the weekend, which was filled by the daily candle. And then as the candle closed, it finished really strong. It just kept pressing into the upward direction, leaving today still moving upward on the euro dollar and a lot of strength behind it. And so I think after yesterday's kind of like a long tail on the bottom and a push upward, we should probably continue heading in the upward direction unless something changes drastically on the news in 20 minutes. Got these highs which might come into play, but if we can clear that last little section, then I think we're pretty much smooth sailing to cruise upward. Yeah, there's some little things over here that could hold it back, but we're getting starting to clear all of this stuff, which is going to leave a lot of open space for buyers on the euro. Here's how we finished up yesterday over here, and then just held in the upper ranges for the end of the day, and then just kept pressing through the Tokyo into the London session, moving upward. And here's the 5-minute chart, and I'm going to start buying into this, and I'm just starting with micro lots for now. Just because I have such little money in the account. I've got a position running right now from the end of the day. I placed a trade in here in the afternoon, and I caught it, and I caught it really well, and that position is now still running. Really hoping that the news carries this upward and it can put some more equity back in the account, because I've currently got some equity and it could really use some more at this point. All right, just securing that one trade. Should probably lock in more of this position, but I'm thinking we should probably let the news ride come through. We might see a spike down during the news, so I'm going to leave some breathing room for that position. Oh, good morning, Larry. Josh, you realize we cannot trade 3 minutes prior or 3 minutes after the news in our prop accounts. Oh. Oh, hey guys, can you hear me? Is my audio working? Is my video working? Can you let me know? Just put a Y in the chat if it's working. Good morning, Vin. Good afternoon, Vin. Let's just check the audio today, make sure it's working. Larry says yes, good. Okay, that, and yes for Vin. Okay, looks like we're in good shape today. I don't know what was going on yesterday. Kind of a weird day. Guys, if you've looked at my account, I took a beating yesterday again, and I've got $60. I finished off yesterday with $50 left in this account. 10K account, 9.5% drawdown. Absolutely brutal. I took a 2% loss again yesterday. And next to nothing left in the account. Thankfully, I was able to get a good position in, and I've got a trade running right now, and I've got some equity behind it. Here, I'll show you guys what happened. Essentially, yesterday there was no volatility, very, very little volatility, and so I didn't end up getting out of my short positions from much further down than I should have. And I realized that my 50 pip stop losses were a major part of the problem. The 50 pip stop losses were really good for a very short section in the market when it had some really big ranges with the news. But for the last couple weeks, I've just lost so much, and it's been because of those 50 pip stop losses. It's unfortunate that I went so long doing that, but anyway, here's what happened yesterday. Ended up taking a loss right here. This is the 15-minute chart. So I almost was able to get out of my short position through here, but I didn't quite get out of it, unfortunately. And if I had had smaller stop losses, I would have got out of the short position and moved to the long, because I had been talking about that. So I didn't. That was a mistake. The stop loss size was a mistake. I should have been back to 35 pip stop losses probably a couple weeks ago. So I'm back down to the 35 pip stop losses now. And I was able to get into a position right in, I don't know if you guys can see it. I can't grab the screen. Wait, can you see it? No, I think I gotta use the hour chart. There we go. It's a little bit better. So right in here, took the loss. And then like an hour later, 45 minutes or an hour later, I got into a strong buy position and caught this big up candle. And so that position is now holding from yesterday. And I'm really hoping that news carries this up, and then I'll gain some equity back in the account, because you can see the equity is at 330 right now. And it's a really strong position that's running. So if it can continue up, I just might be saving the account today. But otherwise, I'm at $60 in the balance. It is brutal. So right now, I just got micro lots on, just for now, until we close, or either this position runs up and we get some more equity. I could probably bump up to 0.02s at this point, but I'm just playing it really light for the moment to see what happens with the news, see if we can get it to carry upward and get some more equity. There's a really good chance that we'll see more up move because of the daily chart. We are really smooth sailing in the upward direction now. We've only got these little highs just over here. I was going through the breakdown earlier. There's just these couple little highs over here, and this one last level at the 1.183, but we should easily get there today. And I think we're going to cruise past it and just keep going, especially after yesterday's candle, because we filled that gap yesterday over here, and that like really gave the market momentum. As it filled that gap, it just gained momentum. And so we're really heading upward now, strongly. And it was too bad that I couldn't get out of that short position, but it is what it is. It would be a pretty epic comeback to have $50 in the account and to be able to bring this account back. So let's just see what happens. Um, Back to Larry saying we cannot trade 3 minutes prior, 3 minutes after the news. That's kind of like such a bummer for the that's for the TOTS accounts, right, Larry? Is that what Todd was saying like yesterday or the past couple of days? Hmm. Man, that is such a bummer. I mean, the news is that's my prime time for trading. Oh well, I mean, it's only 6 minutes, so it's not that big a deal, I guess. So here's the thing: is if you work an hour before or half an hour before the news and you work your way into some positions, then you're good. Yes, and it says so in TOTS too. Okay, yeah. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be working into positions before the news, so that I can let the news play out, let the volatility of the news play out. So that's my plan. I'll just have to just want to. I mean, personally for me and my type of trading, I'm going to be into the news ahead of time and let the news carry through into hitting targets or continuing in the trade. So it's not a big deal. We'll use our ways around it, work with it. Anyway, that's what's going on over here. How's things going with Larry and Vin? How did you, Vin finished up trading really well yesterday. He ended up with good profits. How'd you do, Larry? Did you trade well, or how did you end up? And we just hit another target. Did good today during London session. Nice, Vin. Let's pull this 1 minute chart back up. And Larry lost on UJ. Vin's got 64 pips in the green. Nice. Larry, on your loss, was it a good loss? Did you follow your rules and take the loss? And Larry is still in profit. Oh, that's great. Good stuff. And Vin now waiting for news in 10 minutes. Yeah, okay. Nice. Well, you guys are doing good. Well, if if the market can run up, I'll also be doing good because I'll be making a serious comeback, like a comeback I've never done before. I don't think I've ever. So this account that I'm in is a 9.5% drawdown, and all you've got is 10% of these accounts. So if this market can run up with the news, I'll be making a good comeback. Man, yesterday was so discouraging. Though I could not believe I hit a stop out again. But I'm not leaving those 50 pip stops on anymore. At least not until the market's super wild again. The market's got to be really wild for me to keep those 50 pip stop losses on. Larry says this is a demo account that I'm trading. Oh yeah, that's the DX trade one. Okay. Well, I mean, even still, the demo's good and you're in the positive. So It sounds pretty good. And it sounds like your loss was good too. Your loss was good and you're still in the green. So that's excellent trading. Okay, I'm just going to add one little. Oh man, that was such a bad fill. The market was heading up as I clicked the buy. But I'm just trading micro lots right now, just super light before the news. And then if it drops, I'm going to be buying it. And hopefully we get some continuation. I'm just, at the moment, I just want the dollar to weaken just for today so that I can get a chunk of money back in this account. So this level should be pretty strong right here, 1.77. 1.77 right there. That's going to be a really strong level. And then we've got this level here is going to be good and strong. $7.75. So I was just saying that we're starting this. I'm starting out with $61 in this account for today. If it runs up, I can close this position, hoping to take it back up. Well, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't have a goal for it. I'll just be taking it as it goes. Oh, hey Vin, I'm just seeing your posts in our group. I love the EW Kenyan videos. I'm watching those too. They're really good. They're super good. Like amazing. Your fib retracement levels in the blue. Oh, okay. I see. Yeah. Yeah, I think I just drew on a couple of your fib levels just a minute ago with my with those red lines. So hopefully we'll play off of those fib lines and just keep trending up for today. We've got 4 minutes to core PPI. Yeah, for the last 2 weeks, I've been completely out of sync, and I can't believe I didn't catch it sooner. And it was those stop losses, those 50 pip stop losses that worked for a very short period of time. There's another profit taking there. Um, but oh, the market's starting to run up already. I wonder if we've got something going on ahead of the news. See how it's moving fast already? Unless it's just the participants coming in, but that's kind of interesting. I'm going to bump this back up to 0.02s because I do well with fast moving markets. That is where I excel in. I don't do well in slow markets. So I realized yesterday that I need to shrink my stop losses for the really slow and sluggish markets. And then when the markets are moving like wild and crazy, I can actually just step my size up just a little because I get in sync with the speed of the market. And so for me, the slower the market, I've got to have tighter stop losses because I get outpaced, I start over clicking. And so in order to reduce the risk, I've just got to stop out sooner. Yesterday, if I had had smaller stop losses back in here, I would have come back on enough of my trades on this pullback, this little pullback down here, that would have got me back into the green and that would have allowed me to switch long. And so it was a real mistake having 50 pip stop losses on. But it is what it is. That was yesterday. Okay, minute 15. My euro closed, so have to wait for 5 minutes to place another trade. Just trying to follow the new rules. Okay, good practice. 10 seconds to the news. And here we go. Just hit those profit targets. It's negative on the dollar. That is a good thing for my trading position. It's quite a bit below the forecast, actually, so yeah. This is a good chance the market will continue up, the euro. All right, that's a good thing for me. Just hope that we get that now, just a push and a follow through. So now, if we get an extension, I need to be able to fade out of my positions on a good extension. So if we get a run up in the next 20 minutes, I want to start scaling out of that position that I've got. So I don't know if it's going to go up, but I'm just preparing that if it does, I'll start fading out on the way up. Well, that energy just kind of died off pretty quick. Just hitting a profit target. We have made a turn on the 1 minute chart at the moment. So for the next bar or two, we might still be heading up. And it looks like the 2 pip take profits are much more in sync with the market speed. And just add another one, see if I can capture some of this tiny consolidation. I'm feeling pretty confident on the buys, and so I'm going a little bit higher on the volume of these really little trades. They're just 0.02 size, so I know I've got a few of them. Well, it is definitely pretty stuck. Not much of a news event. Just gonna downsize myself on the screen. I had been keeping my screen myself up on the screen because I was trying to make YouTube shorts, and with the shorts it was helping having a bit of a bigger screen.